Now to our big story this morning. Firefighters battling this massive fire at a construction site in downtown Phoenix. The flames broke out last night. More than 200 firefighters had to be called out to try and help control them. And at that same time, police were responding to a shooting in the area. So a lot to get to there. It's Team 12's Rachel Cole joins us live now near 7th Avenue in Grant. Rachel, what does it look like out there right now?
Hey, good morning to you, Ryan. It's still a very active scene out here near 7th Avenue in Grant. If you take a look right behind me, crews are still actively working to put out this massive overnight fire. And in fact, APS crews are actually on the scene as well, as an outage happened in this small area of downtown, again, near 7th Avenue in Grant. But that fire, as you mentioned, broke out yesterday evening at the 4-story apartment complex that's under construction. At one point, like you mentioned, 200 firefighters were working to keep this fire from spreading to other nearby buildings. It did, however, melt some of the street signs, again, causing that little power outage that APS is currently working on. We're also told firefighters heard explosions going off around the same time they were out here. Phoenix police responding to that alleged shooting and did arrest a man in connection, but it's unclear if those two incidents are related or not. And thankfully this morning, no injuries have been reported, but again, a very active scene. And this morning, firefighters are still working to figure out what started the fire. It's likely they're going to be out here for several hours. So we'll bring you the latest details throughout the morning right here on Today in AZ. And we're live in downtown Phoenix. Again, still a very active scene this morning near 7th Avenue in Grant. Rachel Cole, Today in AZ.